Okay, I better get on this kind of quick. I only got about 2 minutes. Yes, I do. All right. Let me get on here and share these. Okay. And you might hear a little bit of an echo here until I get this done. In fact, you will. You will. And I'm going to share it to a few pages here before we get started. And about one more will do it. And we'll share it to the Chiller Night group page. Okay. Doesn't look like I'm going to be able to share that to my page. That's all right. We'll get that later. We'll get it later. And we'll open up the chat and get it going. All right, there we go. And it is time, right on time, to begin. Everybody, this is Brian Hogue. Welcome to Chiller Chat. Yes, tonight. Well, actually, last week we celebrated the 13-year episode. However, we were doing a Star Wars, the Star Wars Day, May the 4th be with you episode that we were showing last Saturday night. So tonight, I figured I would take a little stroll down memory lane and talk about, or chat about, more specifically, some of the guests that we've had and kind of reminisce about the time that we've been doing this show over the last 13 years. So, and that says, good evening, Annette. Thanks for joining us. Gold World Order says, Buzz Killer here. We're fixing to film again later this week. All right, keep up. Keep it up. Keep up the good work. So, and we are doing this live every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. We do this live online, and then this appears later in the week as the Saturday night feature Chiller Chat episode every Saturday night on Stream TV at 11 p.m. Eastern Time. So, Lasercorn says, "Sup, Raymond?" Hey, Lasercorn's with us, and looks like Raymond is too. So, how's everybody doing here tonight? Okay. Now we have had, I'm going to take this time out to tell you guys, obviously over 13 years we had a lot of episodes, a lot of guests over the years, but this year I've really been keeping up on the live episodes. We've had one, and we've had 18 Tuesdays so far in 2021, and out of those, we've had 15 new shows. This is the 15th, so that's pretty good. A couple of those I was out. I was pretty sick. caught the bug there at the beginning of the year, and then there was another week something else was going on. Who knows? Who knows? But 15 out of 18, we're moving along pretty good, I must say. Pretty happy with that. So 13 years, and as Samantha wrote on one of the comments, what a lovely number for a horror themed talk show. I think she's right about that. Lasercorn says, "What are you filming? Ghoul World Order?" Yes. All right. So the guests over the years, I'm gonna briefly say, how we got this started, because, and then later on I'm going to show you about 3 minutes. It's kind of an ensemble of the very first two episodes we ever had back in 2008. So but it was I basically got this idea because I was just starting up Jack Shadow's hosted horror show, just starting this back up in May of 2008, when on the very second episode we went into this interview show idea. And I got the idea off of just listening to Coast at night. And I thought, wow, that'd be kind of neat if I'm just starting up this one show. It'd be kind of neat to throw this in too, in between breaks of the movie. So lo and behold, that's what we did. And Raymond says, your show was on 83% of the Tuesdays in 2021. All right. Well, that's pretty good, I think. Considering all things, we're doing pretty good. So, but the guests over the years, now this, happy to show you this. This is, of course, we have Chili Billy Cardell. Just a couple pictures there I threw up there. Tom Savini, of course. That's Ava and I in the next row down at the far left. Ava and I is with John Russo, George Costanza, and Russ Streiner. Those, of course, were obviously, if you know Night of the Living Dead. If you're from the Pittsburgh area, you certainly know those three. John Russo, co-writer of Night of the Living Dead. He was one of the zombies in there as well. George Costanza he played Sheriff McClellan. And Russ Streiner, of course, played Johnny, the kind of the obnoxious brother. They're coming to get you, Barbara. Kind of gets his comeuppance in the film. And we've had guests like John Russo, of course, I have on there. Gary Striner at the Evans City Cemetery, where they filmed the opening of Night of the Living Dead. We were there doing a special episode at various locations where they filmed Night of the Living Dead. And that one photo you see there of John Russo sitting there with the little backdrop, that was at the Latonia Theater in Oil City, Pennsylvania, back in 2011, where we had the theater and we had a live audience. We had bands. We had, of course, the three guests there plus from Night of the Living Dead. Plus, we had Nate Reagan, who was on talking about the Scream franchise and his collectibles and being a consultant for Scream 4 for the costume. So pretty cool stuff. The Masked Superstar, we had him on there. That was pretty neat. One of my favorite wrestlers when I was growing up. Jim Crut, the helicopter zombie, pictured there in the bottom row. And Stan Gordon. I interviewed Stan in Kecksburg, Pennsylvania, the site of the UFO, alleged UFO crash there in Kecksburg back in the 60s. So. And right there in the middle, in the second row, is Danny Brickman. So she was in an independent movie with Kiss of Death Productions, Babes in Psycholand. So I still have to see that one. I haven't seen that one yet. Let's see. Ghoul World Order said, I had the privilege to meet George Costanza and Bill Cardell before they passed on. Yeah, a neat thing about that is Bill Heinzman, who was the very first cemetery zombie we see in Night of the Living Dead. I talked to him about coming up with them on this day, and he stated that he says, I would, Brian. He says, but I think he was having a family reunion or something that day, and sadly had passed away not too long after that. That was in April of 2011 that we did that one. And All right, so there we have it. Now this coming up here, it's kind of neat because I'm going to show you the very, very, very first time that we made an attempt to do something called Chiller Chat. In fact, the very first episode, we didn't even have a name for this show. And then the second show, or the second episode, I think there's a very brief, it was supposed to be a joke. Ava introduces the show as Chiller Chat, and then my co-host Sean at the time, he was kind of like Chiller Chat, like thinking that the name was should be changed, and that was kind of a little joke we had at the time, but then the name just grew on me, so here we still have it. But here we go. This is about 3 minutes long, and what it is what you're going to see is we had a paranormal investigation team called ORPIT, Oil Region Paranormal Investigation Team. They came on the show on what day was it? I don't have it written down in my notes, but it will be on the clip that you'll see. Now the first week, I think it was May 10th. You'll see. I think it was May 10th. But that very night that we were playing that, it's kind of neat because you could go online at the site. I think we mentioned the website in here, and you could actually go on as you were watching. It was called Sleepy Hollow Theater back then, and go online and look at the live can and actually see us at the Knickerbocker Hotel in Linesville, Pennsylvania that night as the investigation was going on. Then the very next week, we had them back on and they talked about their findings. Or no, I don't think it was the very next week. It was when did we do that? It was too long ago to call from memory. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go ahead and show you those first 2 episodes. So here we go, folks. Chiller Chat from 2008. Very first time we did the show.
We are back. Okay, now in this segment here, our final segment, we're going to be talking about we're sending a crew out with you guys to the Knickerbocker Hotel, and that should be pretty interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Guys are going to have some fun.
Yeah. Well, now I understand, as you were talking, Scott, during the break here, you were saying how people can actually tune in that night. We're going to be going out on May 10th, Saturday, May 10th, to the Knickerbocker Hotel in Linesville, PA. And you can actually go into your website and watch on the cam on that.
Yeah, actually, it's the Knickerbocker's
the
website.
opera and then return back. And I guess back in the 1800s, that was what went to go out to the opera and have a good night. So
Sure.
One of us that don't have hair, you don't have to get your head all wet.
Yes, I was wondering if this is a requirement to be on your team. You know.
Yeah.
no, there's no hair sticking up on the back.
Are you more prone to attract paranormal activity in this way?
It's a tradition after wintertime, it goes.
Okay.
Welcome to Chiller Chat. I'm Ava, and here with me is Sean, Mark, Ryan, and Scott from ORPIT.
The Oil Region Paranormal Investigation Team.
We are back.
We all made it back from the Knickerbocker Hotel in Linesville, so since we're back, we can actually talk about what went down. And, well, definitely you guys took all your gear, didn't you?
We sure did. What we did is you guys came up with us in Knickerbocker. It's located up in Linesville, PA. It's about an hour and a half away from here, I believe. We went up, got there about 8:30. We set up all of our equipment. The equipment we took with us was 7 IR cameras, which we set stationary on tripods. We had 3 handheld cameras, 4 digital audio recorders, EMF detectors, our K2 meter. So we had a lot of stuff to set up.
Oh, your van was packed.
It was
packed.
Doors
You
are
got
ready
it set
to
up
pop
fairly
out there.
quickly, too. How long did that take? About
Probably around an hour.
yeah. So they're thinking between 3 to 4 separate spirits or entities, whatever you want to call them.
girls have pizza. Oh, jeez. You alright?
Wow, I got that on video, I'm sure.
You alright?
Oh, yeah, I'm good.
That was weird.
That would hurt. My God, that
Yes, and that last bit of footage was, of course, the footage that you see at every ending of all the Sleepy Hollow theaters, all the Chiller Night theaters, and all the Chiller Chats since the very beginning was with Ava getting clunked there in the head at the Knickerbocker Hotel. Gold World Order says, I dig the retro picture quality in your old episodes. That was kind of neat seeing that. I haven't seen that stuff in a long time. So that was kind of neat to pull those out and dust off the old video footage. So now where we go from here is going to be kind of cool, because now here's normally how I do this. Like you'll see, oh, I'm sitting here and I've got a guest on here and we have the picture up here, and that's what I do every week when I have a guest. And but what I'll be able to do very soon is having, now this is Tom Paisley and I, we are just kind of figuring out, this is one night a few weeks ago after one of the shows, we were on the online trying to figure out the how to set this up where we have video and audio capability. And once we get that, I think it looks very nice. It looks nice and clear. It sounded nice and clear, and I'm very happy with that. That'll certainly open up the you know the quality of the show. I think we've come a long way, I think. So pretty happy with that. Started out with somewhat of a crew, if you can believe that. You know, quite a handful of folks who were putting in their time and so forth. But I think it's got a nice look, a nice sound. I'm happy with that. You've got the Chiller Chat set from Stream TV behind me. And you know, it's kind of nice because I can, you know, we can do the phone-in guests, and it'll be so nice when I'm able to have the video capability as well. Seeing the guests real time and hearing them, of course, real time, but the audio quality is going to be a lot better as well. So because that'll be directly through the computer, and no more relying on the cell phone. Ghoul World Order says retro rocks. Yeah, it does. Heck yeah. So that's where we're at now, folks. That is where we are at. Oh, I wanted to show you the original opening to when Chiller Chat became its own episode. I threw together just a sample of different guests who were on the show, and this was the very first attempt at an intro that I had for Chiller Chat. And I think this was back in, when was this? This was 2015 or 16, I think. I don't remember. And then when I got with Stream TV, we had just 30-minute episodes that we started making and taping at the studio, and this is where we are now. We're actually planning some new stuff at the studio, but I wanted you to check out the original Chiller Chat intro. So that was it. That was it from a span of the years. Yes, we had quite a bit of people on over the years, and I'd like to see us keep up with that. Chili Billy, of course, Jim Crut. We had, well, all those pictures I was showing earlier, and then some. So, and planning on having quite a bit of guests coming up. The reason I don't have a guest on tonight is I did kind of want to take a little trip down memory lane. However, another reason for that is because Stream TV is relaunching its Roku channel. So I don't think right now, I checked it earlier and it wasn't on. So I don't think it's on yet because they're upgrading. They're doing something with the Roku channel. So when that comes back on, it'll be even better. So until then, I didn't want to have a guest on and say, okay, now you can just watch it online and on the local TV channel in Venango County. But I wanted that to be available on the Roku channel as well. So until I get that up and running, or not me, but until they get that up and running, I'll do more like this so that a guest will have an opportunity to be have a lot more views with the being on the Roku channel. So if any of you'd like to be a guest on Chiller Chat, contact me. I had somebody who was very ambitious and doing a lot for me. He was rounding up a lot of people. And Adam, if you're watching, thank you very much. I got some of those guests that you were referring to me, and some of them I just I just couldn't keep up with it. So I think the best way for folks, if you want to be on the show, just contact me, email me at well, you can even either contact me through Facebook, or you can contact me at chillernighttheater.com. chillernighttheater.com. There is a section right there on the menu for contact. So, and it will go directly to me. I'm the only one who is on that site. So yes, I will be reading that. And if you want to be on the show, let me know. We'll set something up. So, all right. Guys have any ideas on who you'd like to see on the show? If you do, send them my way. Send them my way, and it's a little easier if we have direct contact. As much as that was really great. Adam sent a lot of people my way, and then I got a little by no fault of Adam. I appreciate it a lot, but I couldn't keep up with it. So I think if somebody contacts me direct, then there's a direct line there between me and them, and we'll be able to get something set up a little better. Deborah says, hello, Chiller Thrillers. Hello, Deborah. Thanks for joining us. All right, it is 8:21. This goes very, very quick. But I did want to say, over the years, we've gone out not only interviewing people, but we've actually gone to various locations. I mean, quite a bit of locations in those earlier years. And, I've gone out several times with various paranormal investigation teams. And I don't do as much of that anymore. My time is a little bit more limited. And, but this right here is a really good way. And then we can get folks at the studio in Oil City. We can have them come in if they're willing to come in. If not, this is just as good. So send them my way or give me a chat online, and we'll get you on the show. So, and don't forget to watch the show. Kind of the big show out of all the ones I do. Chiller Night Theater. Let me make that a little bigger there. All right, Jack Shadow, Aura the Witch, Alvon Knock the Vampire. So check it out every Saturday night on Stream TV at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. 9 p.m. Eastern Time. I had a lot of fun with that one. We just had that 13-year episode or 13-year anniversary one at the beginning of this month. So, and I want you guys to know about this because I don't know if everyone watching the my TV audience on Stream TV on the Roku channel, which might not be up by this weekend, but still, I wanted to mention it. Every Saturday night on the Chiller Night Theater Facebook page and the Chiller Night Theater YouTube channel, I'm on here for the pre-show. Yes, you heard it right. The pre-show, where from 8 p.m. Eastern Time until just about a minute or so before 9 p.m. before the show starts on Stream TV. I get on here and I chat with the viewers. They chat with each other. They chat with me. And it's a good time. It's just a fun time. So hope you get a chance to check that out. Hope you do join us if you haven't yet. So even if you have, come back. All right. So Ghoul World Order says, I think Steelman would be an awesome guest. Yeah, I think he would be. Yeah, he made that the Steelman movie from the Pittsburgh area. Chad Cornell says, that Jack Shadow crazy cat. Chad, did you see that? You were on. I had your picture I used as a sample here earlier. Huh? All right, so we're gonna have to have you on again real soon. Okay, I'm gonna leave the website address up there just in case somebody wants to contact me if you're interested in being on the show. Ava, my beautiful bride, sends me a heart right back at you, baby. Deborah says hi, Ava. Ava says hi, Deborah. So cool. All right. Again, that was our first episode. I don't know I don't know how many of you have ever seen those episodes. Got a lot of the early ones, like I said, from back in 2008, 2009, and of course, leading up till now for the last 13 years. So, if you've enjoyed that stuff, if you've been with us, whether it be 13 days or 13 years, I want to thank you guys for all the support you've given, and for just the comments, the chatting, the participation. That's really been it's really been fun over the years doing this stuff. And trying to decide whether to make this a little bit more like a podcast or the Chiller Night Live. I've had some viewers asking me about that stuff. I'm not sure which one to do that with. We'll see. We will see. So send me your thoughts. Give me your thoughts, folks. Here we are, 8:26. All right, we're at basically the bottom of the hour. So we'll put a cap on this particular episode. But thanks for joining me tonight and for taking that little trip down memory lane, reminiscing about the early days of Chiller Chat. I should have went and looked through some of the old interviews and pulled more episodes. Unfortunately, I just didn't have the time to really set that up for tonight. But Raymond says, is there any reason so many of the cast members of the Night of the Living Dead have passed on? They didn't look that old. That's a good question. I don't know. Various illnesses, I believe. Yeah, that's too bad. Oh, I know with Chili Billy, and I think George Costanza had some health issues. George did, and Bill Heinzman, I believe he did too. Yeah, you're right. They weren't really that old. Well, Bill was up there at how old was he? 86, 87 maybe. He was in that age bracket there. But yeah, Brian says I am very late. Well, thanks for joining us nonetheless, Brian. We are about to, it's 8:28, so I'm about to pull the plug on this episode for tonight. But again, as always, thank you guys for joining me, and have a good night, have a good Chiller night, and we'll see you next week.